Rejoice with those who rejoice. Consider this part 2 of our exhortation from a few weeks ago, where we looked at weeping with those who are weeping. I'll remind you once again that you, members of Pillar Reformed Church, covenanted to do this, right? Our church covenant that we all agreed to says we will rejoice with the rejoicing and give thanks for the gifts of others, rejecting a spirit of envy and jealousy. This is much more difficult than the previous one, right? In the previous one, it's easier to be the one who weeps with the weeping. It's harder to be the weeping one. In this one, it is more difficult to be the one who rejoices with the one who is rejoicing. Because more often than not, this will cause you to be face to face with something that you might be lacking. When you are weeping with someone, it easily creates gratitude for what you do have. But just as that does that, this one has the potential to create a temptation towards jealousy for what you do not have. He is better than I am. She is more successful at that thing than I am. And even God has blessed them in the exact way that I am longing for him to bless me. The elder brother and the prodigal son failed at this. He failed at this. He was so focused on what he thought he had deserved. Father, do you not know how I've always been with you? I've obeyed you. I've done all of these things, and you're throwing a party. You're slaughtering the fattened calf for my brother who made a mockery of you. He was so focused on himself, on what he thought he had deserved, that it caused him to despise the love of his father towards anyone but himself. You must put off this kind of selfish thinking, right? God did not create a world where everyone gets the same thing. God did not create a world where everyone gets the same thing at the same time and in the same way. And get this is wisdom. It is God's wisdom that does this. It is God's wisdom to give different things to different people at different times. And so part of rejoicing with the rejoicing is you rejoicing in the decree and the goodness of God to give as he pleases. So you're not just rejoicing in the person's gifts or skills or blessings. You're rejoicing in the God who's giving them. When you see someone succeed and those feelings of jealousy and envy creep in, you are not thinking about the glory of God and the good of his kingdom and his church. You are primarily thinking about your own glory, and your complaint is with God. Hear that. When you struggle to rejoice with the rejoicing, your complaint is with God. Kids, especially you kids who have a lot of siblings, which is most of you, you are going to get a lot of practice with this. Your siblings are going to do something that draws the attention and praise of your parents and other adults. That can be difficult. That can be challenging. You're going to be tempted to be jealous and want the attention and praise for yourself. I challenge you to fight against that and to encourage your brother, encourage your sister who does what is good, who is praiseworthy, who does what is right. Right? When we're playing wiffle ball, instead of taking it out on them because they're better than you and saying something insulting, encourage them. Tell them that they did a good job. Be encouraging. Right? This is something that we all need to do, but kids, I want to challenge you in that. This is a time in your life that God is going to give you a lot of opportunities to do this, so don't despise them. 1 Corinthians 12:26 says, if one member is honored, talking about the church, if one member is honored, all rejoice together. Right? We share in the glory that comes when God blesses us. Proverbs 3:27 says, do not withhold good from those whom it is due when it is in your power to do it. Do not withhold praise and honor to those whom it is due, to those who worked hard, to those who have good skills. So can you rejoice with others who have accomplished or attained what you want to attain? And we're not just talking about an outward smile and an attaboy, right? God looks at the heart. Can your heart truly rejoice when your brother or your sister accomplishes what you want to accomplish. I want to give you 3 very quick things to think about in light of this. Number 1, fight for humility and contentment. These are the 2 virtues that you need to cultivate to be able to do this rightly. Right, the discontented heart deep down is not trusting that all things that come from the hand of God are good. It vehemently vexes and complains much that comes his way. Right, in doing this, when you're not rejoicing with the rejoicing, you're choosing to see the bad. And you're impossible to please. And you're assuming the worst constantly. Oh, he's probably just prideful. He's probably being conceited about that good that he's doing. No, in your mind, you're on a pedestal, and everything around you needs to live up to your standards and preferences. You give no thought to your own life in light of the perfect standard of God. Discontentment brings with it a host of other sins. Yes, listen, the person who does not rejoice with the person who is rejoicing is discontented. Contrast that with a contented heart sees the wisdom of God in everything. The Lord knows how to order things better than I do. I only see things at present, but the Lord sees a great while from now. Contentment holds your heart steady for God to pour his mercies of other virtues into your heart. Think about it in that way. Contentment holds your heart steady so that God can give you other virtues to cultivate, like joy, like peace. Number 2, know and lean into what you are good at. Know what you're good at and lean into it. We're a body made up of many believers, many members. Some of you might be a 10-talent person. Some of you might be a 5-talent person, while others of you might be a 1-talent person. Don't despise what kind of person you are, but there is going to be something that you are good at. And there's going to be plenty that you're not good at. Even if you're that 10-talent person, there's lots of things that you're not good at. It takes wisdom to know where the Lord has blessed you with the skills and wisdom to be a blessing within the life of the body. Our church will function way better if you lean into what you are good at and let others do the same. Churches suffer when the same people do the majority of the work. And oftentimes the problem is with both the people who aren't doing and the people that are doing everything. So if you don't know what you're good at, ask. If you don't know how to bring what you're good at to the benefit of this body, ask and just try. And we will hopefully rejoice with you when you succeed. Number 3, lastly, create a culture of teaching and learning. Right? All of you create a culture of teaching and learning. What I mean by this is be willing to help those who are not where you are at in a given area. If you're really good at managing finances, help us. If you're really good at managing your business, and there's other people in the church that have a business that they seem to be struggling, don't give unsolicited advice, but seek to be helpful. And the flip side of that is be willing to ask those who are ahead of you in a certain area. Have a heart that seeks to learn and have a heart that seeks to teach. In this way, we will be built up. We will rejoice with one another, and we don't have to be envious of one another. Don't ask them how to find a spouse at an engagement party, right? Be wise about this. Let them, if it's a time of rejoicing, let them rejoice and let the learning and teaching come later. This requires humility on both sides. It says, I want my success and blessing to benefit other believers. And I want to grow in skills and wisdom for the benefit of the kingdom. This takes work. This takes effort. This takes humility and contentment that we all need to fight for.